Hello, this is Brian Shannon from Alpha Trends Blogspot. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, 2007. On Wall Street today, we're looking at shares of Limited Brands, symbol LTD. Now, this stock, we're looking at a monthly time frame to start out, which is a little bit longer term than what I usually start with. But I wanted to start here because you can see that this is a very important breakout that occurred for the stock about the middle of last year. That level of resistance at the 27 or so level was tested. It did hold as support. And then the stock consolidated and made another run higher. Now, just recently, the stock has pulled back once again with this level of resistance near 28 now looking like it's acting as support. And that's exactly what you want to see in a stock that's hitting new highs, is a stock that pulls back to a prior level of resistance, which then acts as support and gives us a good low-risk entry point. Now, looking at that weekly time frame, you can see that this current pullback has brought the stock right down to the declining the advancing 200-day moving average. You can see where it acted as support in here last year near that 200-day moving average. And once again, it looks like it might act as support. Now, there's no guarantee that any moving average is ever going to act as support. However, it does give us a definite defined area of risk. And I think that if you're considering a purchase of Limited Brands in here, these recent lows are definitely the area where you want to set that stop underneath. Now, I read the headlines, and I guess they missed same-store sales over here. I think that's a gift for longer-term investors to get involved. It may or may not signal a new trend for the company. I don't know anything about that, but for the stock, it brought it down to a low-risk level of entry, and that's what you're looking for when you're looking for investing in stocks. Now, shorter term, let's take a look at a 30-minute time frame. In here, I've got a 5-day moving average, and I think that you might want to wait for a slight pullback. Now, for most people, this might be a little bit too close to the action. That is, that this time frame is too short. But I believe you could probably look for this little level of resistance here recently near about 27.5, 27.80 to act as support. So if you wanted to wait for a little bit of a pullback, I think you could get it under $28 a share. Obviously, at $28.15, that's not going to matter to a lot of investors. However, it just does give you a little bit more precision in your entry, and then you have a definite definable area of risk, which I think would be below this low here. Now, I don't know if that was a bad print or something that actually occurred that morning on the open. Maybe the specialist was trying to steal some stock from people. But I think that this level here at about 26.5 is a good place for a stop. So, in other words, if you buy it under 28, your risk looks to be about $1.50 away or so for what could potentially be a multiple-year hold when you have a stock with a longer-term chart that looks like this. So, Limited Brands, it gapped down recently on a fundamental development. I think you can get it just a little bit cheaper and look for this uptrend to resume based on what I'm seeing on the longer-term time frames.